Hey again, everybody. It is Evolution Gaming's Woodhouse, and I am back with you for game number 2 of match 1 of week 1 of the Hive Mind StarCraft 2 tournament between Airhead LOL and Ymihere. And at that point, we'll just take you right into the game. Down here, spawning on the GSL Calm Before the Storm. Is our green Protoss player who is ahead 0-1, as you can tell by the scoreboard up on the top of your screen. We have our, again, green Protoss player, Airhead LOL. Spawning in the bottom left position on this map, we have our player who is looking to get back in this series and not looking to get shut out. We have Ymihere, our yellow Protoss player. As I said, this game is being played on the GSL Calm Before the Storm. You can see back here there is an in-base expansion, which we really haven't seen since Delta Quadrant in any Blizzard maps. Protected naturals like that kind of went away after that map left the pool. This is one of the first maps to bring it back. What it allows you to do, obviously, is to take a very, very quick natural and then come up here and take a very, very safe third. At this point, again, we see Ymihere looking like he might want to do some Forge Fast Expand action, but instead throwing the gateway down. Looking at the production, again, both players very, very even. It looks like Ymihere had to cut a probe to put that down, which is fine. But then he is going to go scout. We can see that Ymihere taking the correct scouting path and scouting his opponent first, whereas Airhead taking the opposite path and scouting the top of the map first. So by process of elimination, eventually he will find out where his opponent is. Whether it becomes too late to know what he's doing or not, that is yet to be seen. We see, again, Ymihere on top of the gas, way ahead of his opponent in that respect. The probe from Ymihere looking around in the base, sees the gas go down, sees pretty normal stuff at this point, actually. Not too much was given away here by Airhead by, building that pylon or the gas. Protoss, actually, in the early game, just a quick interruption, we do see a forge going down for Ymihere up at the front of his base, kind of constricting these two entrances to what would be his third, and it's looking like he wants to take a natural or possibly not. But what I was saying is with Protoss, one gateway, a gas geyser, and a cybernetics core is a fairly standard opening and can lead into a lot. So, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot read by Ymihere on that. Yes, he just saw the warping assimilator, the warping pylon, and something up here. I don't think he necessarily saw what it was, whereas Airhead still has not scouted. You can see the cybernetics core finally finishing up for Ymihere, and the cybernetics core for his opponent, or excuse me, that was for Airhead. Ymihere's cyber core is still about halfway out, and it looks like he does manage to get the denial on the probe scout. So actually at this point, Ymihere is at a slight advantage. He has scouted his opponent, probably doesn't have a good read on what he was doing, but that's still more information than Airhead does have. So again, we look back at Airhead's base, we see that. We also see a Stargate going down that is in production. It's about 20 seconds in. Ymihere going ahead and chrono boosting out his warp gate research, as well as a stalker. I don't think he actually does see, no, he does not see the pylon down on the low ground. There again, just to solidify your position and have a short reinforced distance. I still don't think he's seen it to this point, but that's fine. Airhead LOL definitely taking advantage of the in-base natural. At this point, I don't necessarily know if Ymihere's actually seen this or noticed that it's back there. I think he knows there's a base there by the mini-map, but I do not think he knows that it's just right in his base. Looking at back up here at production, we do see one Void Ray in production for Airhead. He is also down in supply right now after that pylon was taken out. Ymihere looking like he's going to do a little bit of the poke in action to see exactly what his opponent's up to. we'll see if he can actually get any more information out of that. Again, Airhead is going to be way ahead when it comes to actually getting his warp gates and everything up, considering his opponent A was supply blocked and is just now getting unsupply blocked, and B is still about halfway on his warp gate research. We have to actually see, yes he does, he sees the Void Ray come out, so that is a clear indicator there. Now he actually does have the information of what his opponent is doing. We still see nothing. We see warp gate finally coming out. Ymihere dropped a stargate, of his own, dropping 2 more gateways in the main. Again, needs to expand. As simple as that, he needs to expand. His economy cannot handle that much production off of one base. It looks like he's gearing up for possibly some sort of a counterattack back here, but I think he realizes that it's not coming at this point. Dropping the cannon at the front, as we saw earlier, that cannon with 1 kill denied the scouting. I think he's feeling a little off-kilter, possibly from the last game after getting DT'd. It's pretty common to feel that way, actually. We also see a Robo-Bay going down now, almost finished, in fact, for Airhead, who is also continuing to just pump out Void Rays. This guy is a madman, I tell you. Getting air upgrade level 1. Finally getting both gas geysers in his natural. His opponent still has not expanded. He needs to do so. This economy is just not going to hold up. Trying to take a little bit of map control. We see the Zealots coming back in towards the center. I do not know. Yes, he did. He actually did go up to the observer, or the Zelnaga tower there, excuse me. We see hallucination on the way. I don't know if this was a misclick by Ymihere. I don't know if he intended to go to air upgrades level 1. He might have something special planned. We will definitely have to see on that. See both players just kind of content to sit back and let the other one come to them at this point. Again, like I was saying in the last game, Ymihere, put a pylon there, put a pylon out here. Something to shorten the reinforced distance. We can see that the supply, Ymihere, is actually down as the air battle commences. Yes, the Void Ray is going to get taken out, but there's another one there to take its place. And it looks like, yes, Airhead LOL with the air domination, and Ymihere, instead of picking off that 1 charged up Void Ray, he decides to back off, so Airhead gets away with 1 Void Ray. Again, continuing to produce more. Another Stargate going down, and an Immortal. We see reinforcements coming in for Ymihere. We also see just the Observer down here, and Ymihere finally deciding to expand, realizing that his economy is kind of in the tank right now. Also looks like he's kind of a little bit oversaturated in his main. I can live with that. But it is actually slowly starting to get mined out. These units finally coming back home. See the Immortal still in production, 2 Void Rays. Airhead definitely taking advantage of the fact that he has a base lead. I also agree with the fact that he is producing out of 2 Nexi. I do not like the queuing action that's going on, though, but that's a different story for a different day. See the conga line of units from Ymihere. It looks like they went out and decided that they were going to come back. Fair enough. Fair enough. Looks like he's constricting this opening just a little bit more. Airhead LOL with the definite worker lead. If we look at the units tab, 44 probes to 27. That is a definite upgrade to his opponent. Now getting level 1 Protoss air armor and a warp prism. We do see the warp prism in production from the robotics facility. We also see probes starting to get chrono boosted out, again with the queuing action. If you think about it from a logistical standpoint, you look at these 2 units that are just kind of chilling here in production. That's 50 minerals that you spent, and I'll finish that thought in a second. See the attack starting to come in. That is a lot of Void Rays, though. The 1 Void Ray of Ymihere definitely not going to stand up. The supply difference is over 20 at this point. That 1 Void Ray does get taken down. These unupgraded Stalkers, no match for the 1-0 of his opponent. But what I was saying is, you know, you look at the minerals spent here, these minerals aren't actually doing anything for you. And if you were in a very tight situation, you probably wouldn't want that to happen, because you that's money you could use now, but instead it's sitting in a queue not doing anything for you. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of the queuing action. I can understand in the heat of battle you just you click 4E for me a couple of times and you just let it go. You don't really worry about it, and then you continue to macro otherwise. But that's just something to take home, is that it actually does hinder your economy just slightly. Airhead looking like he's comfortable enough now to come out and take the third. Again, I do not think that Ymihere has realized that he can take that base back here. That is the intent of this map by the GSL, was to make it a very... Oh, and we have a drop. He needs to pick off that Warp Prism. Oh no, the Warp Prism gets away. That is still a threat to him, even though, it ran away for now. What if he moves out and then all of a sudden there's a Warp back here? That's units that are just dead. But this map was actually put into the GSL pool to cause heavy macro games. That's why this third is back here and it's protected. At this point, Airhead knows his opponent is only on basically 1.5 bases in terms of mining and whatnot. Finally getting the air upgrades, level 1 for Ymihere. We see the fleet beacon just now going down for Airhead, continuing to pump out void rays, continuing to drop pylons. A couple more gateways getting tacked on. This is kind of a potent mix. It's actually getting to that point where it could be considered a death ball by most people's standards. That expansion for Airhead also finishing right now. We do see a second Stargate getting tacked on for... There it is. Why am I here? Right now, though, I don't think that's what he needs to be doing. He needs to just be warping in units to deal with this, because right now he is so far behind. 88 food to 115, that is a huge deficit to overcome. And 4 units at a time, whatever, that's not that much of a reinforcement. By this point, he probably could have expanded back here, or even if he didn't realize that was there, he could have expanded up to here, taken out the destructible rocks, and expanded. But the army size of Airheadlol is just continuing to grow. Right now, the supply at 99 to 126. If we look at the upgrades on these void rays, 1, 1, and 0, 0 on the ground. Both of these players not really favoring an upgrade-centric play. We do see Forge upgrading shields level 1 for Ymihere, but neither one of these players has played a very upgrade-oriented play style, so to say. We have seen a lot of just 0-0 army going at it. We have the scouting void ray here. Will he see it? It looks like he does right there. Takes it out. So Ymihere is not putting himself in a good position to attack, putting the zealots at the back. Those zealots need to be up at the front, ripping away at these stalkers. And the stalkers, there he goes. He's getting the stalkers focusing down the void rays right now, but it is not going to be enough. The upgrades on those void rays are enough to take out the soon-to-be shield upgrades. And this is a terrible feeling for Ymihere, realizing that at this point there's not a whole lot he can do besides watch his base fall. We see the probes down here just continuing to mine. Zealot leg on the way for him as well, and the GG comes out from Ymihere. So that was game number 2 of week number 1 of match number 1 of the Hivemind StarCraft 2 tournament. Again, my name is Evolution Gaming's Woodhouse. Stay tuned for more content that will surely be coming out here in the future. We have a whole slew of games for your viewing pleasure. Be sure to check us out at youtube.com/HivemindStarLeague and definitely look for updates and whatnot. The brackets for the next week, which won't be next week, but it'll be the week after, will be posted by the latest of Sunday night on the Hivemind Facebook page. So look for the link, check us out on Facebook, and check us out on YouTube. Peace out, guys. We'll see you later.